Here it is, guys. Mossberg 990 Aftershock review. I took my time putting this video together, took my time on running this gun, putting it through its paces before I wanted to post something for you guys. I'm at just over 700 shells through this gun, and I think that I'm at the point where I have an informed opinion. I have a high opinion of this gun. I like this. This is the most comfortable, refined 12 gauge firearm in this stockless configuration that I have shot. And I think I've shot, all of them except for the new IWI recoil operated one. Before you guys ask, I'm probably not going to review it. I just don't like recoil operated guns. Of the 700-ish, 700 plus shells that I've put through this, I've put more than a case of buckshot through it. That is this stuff, the Fiocchi Defense Dynamics, the #1 buck, 9 pellet load. And it is one of the lightest recoiling buckshot loads out there. So much so that this load will make a 1301 choke unless that 1301 is very clean and oiled and well maintained. This will make a lot of semi-autos choke because it doesn't have a lot of recoil. That is not a problem for the 990. I've got people giving me reports that this will even run the 900 feet per second federal load that's out now for kind of a gamer birdshot load. It'll cycle them, and it cycles this buckshot without issue. That's kind of unique to semi-autos in general, 12 gauge semi-autos. This one seems to cycle everything I throw at it. Awesome. Before you guys ask, no, this isn't going to cycle the mini shells. It just won't. So sorry, you're going to need a gun that is specifically designed to shoot those to get those to cycle. But everything that is 2 3/4 inch or 3 inch will cycle through this gun flawlessly. This gun patterns just the same as all of my other cylinder bore Mossberg barrels do. This is unbuffered, unplated 9 pellet buckshot. It is giving me roughly a 1/2 inch of pattern spread per yard. So something like 5-ish inches at 10 yards. Perfectly adequate for home defense with most unbuffered, unplated buckshot. If you put in some ultra premium buckshot, something like the Hornady or my favorite, the Federal Flight Control Law Enforcement 8 pellet double-aught buck, all of a sudden this gun will pattern at roughly 6 inches at 25 yards. I wanted to put the high shell count through it that I did because I wanted to shoot this gun uncleaned and unlubed until I started to see failures. Right around the 675, 700 shell count, when I actually called it good enough to post this video, I started to see that the lightest birdshot loads, the cheap, I think it's cheap AA, some Walmart birdshot, would hiccup probably once per box at that 675, 700 shell range. And before that, it was running flawlessly with that stuff. So you do need to clean them, you do need to oil them, but this one went well past 600 shells without a hiccup, running even light loads. How does it do with super heavy loads? Guys, I don't know, and I don't care. For defense, guys, this #1 buckshot gets more than 16 inches of penetration through ballistics gel with fabric in front of it. So why do I need more? The only thing that I'm getting with the high brass 3-inch Magnum buckshot, I get a few more pellets. I don't think it's really needed. And I get a whole lot more recoil and over penetration. Those are things that I don't want. So yeah, with the reasonable loads, this is a great gun, especially controllable when you factor in or when you add one of the Demonstrated Concepts recoil straps. DemonstratedConcepts.com, pick one up. I'm biased, I make them, I invented it, but they really tame the gun well. They keep that locked in your hand. Ergos of the gun, really simple to operate. It is actually pretty easy to do emergency loads through the ejection port with a side saddle on the gun. This gun is pretty pinch free. There's no sharp areas on the feed port or on the lifter to cut me up. So yeah, it's great. Complaints that I have on the gun. There are a few, but it's not perfect. The fiber optic sight that they give you is pretty much useless. When you align this correctly, everything hits about a foot high at 10 yards, which is the same problem that the Mossberg Shockwave, the TAC 14, it's not a precise aiming system. All they would have to do to fix it is install a taller bead. So it seems like they should. But they don't do it on any of the other firearms in this category, so I guess it's not really a departure from the norm. The other gripe that I have about this is the little M-LOK section that they give you up here. To put a light on this gun, you almost need to select a light that has a cable and a pressure pad so you can run the pressure pad back on the forend somewhere around here. Any of the clicky tail cap lights, if you put them on up here, you can reach forward and click it, but the issue is it's not easy or fun or pleasant to shoot the gun while you're using the light. If you have to use a tail cap, like rear tail cap clicky switch, and you press that while shooting the gun, even though this is incredibly light recoil for a 12 gauge gun, I think most people are going to find that that's going to beat the hell out of their thumb or whatever finger they're using to activate the light. This little M-LOK section here, all three of these M-LOK sections are unsupported. That means that it's just plastic. And so I think under really hard use, you'll probably break that. You probably will. It would be great to see an aftermarket company come out with a beefier, maybe all metal option for this little M-LOK section. Be even better to see all of this replaced with a nice forend that has a lot more M-LOK sections on it. This little strap that Mossberg provides on the 990 and the Shockwave, they don't really do anything for me. This gun is so gentle that I don't really have any concerns with any load that I shot about my hand skipping forward. Combination of the texturing, the contouring, and just being a light recoil gun. Yeah, my hand's not going to skip forward off of this muzzle. And if I'm grabbing this in a hurry, like when I was doing some self-thrown clays, you can see in quite a few of those videos when I throw the clays with my support hand and grab onto the forend, I'm actually getting a worse grip on there because I'm grabbing over this. For this gun, it's kind of just not really in the way, and it's not really adding anything. That's about it, guys. Super easy to load, super easy to unload. It's fun to shoot because of the light recoil. Does everything that I want it to do. This is by far better than any of the other guns in this style. So I would much rather shoot this than a TAC 13, a TAC 14, any of the Turkish guns set up this way. I like this. I'll be sticking with this. You're probably going to see this gun on the channel quite a bit more.
It's a hit. Just left. This is a good center mass hit. Let's see if we can take some from kneeling. This is a good hit. Let's see if we can take some from standing. It's a good hit.